Again, a great sliding tackle once more.
Tristan Doe once again will try to get a cross in, but Harsha Fernando sliding in and blocking it for once again at the expense of the corner. Looks like Thailand trying to get balls into the box. Now they have the chance once again with a corner set piece. It will be the captain himself once again. Good throw, good kick, but punched away by Sujan Pereira. Long range effort. Blocked once again by Chamod Dilshan very well, and once again another corner opportunity for Thailand. But once again Chamod Dilshan making that crucial intervention.
It was Veerathep who went in with the long range effort, and Chamod Dilshan almost everywhere here for Sri Lankan defense. Doing his duty, standing up trolls, standing up very strong as well, and making those blocks come in. Thailand once more, just outside the box, might take a long shot here, but rather chooses to pass it. Here we go.
Long ball once again, Ram Pereira came, got a hand to it. Pereira well off his line. Danger not clear.
I think not one of the greatest interceptions from Sujan Pereira on that instance, but still, eventually Sri Lanka get the threat away, but they still have another corner to deal with.
Rahman just feeling out his ankle. Seems more than okay to continue. Another corner set piece. 25th minute here. And Amangan. This time opting to curl it in. And almost finding number 11 Gordon Fala.
But missing everyone at the end. That's on the captain of Thailand. Pereira getting ready to launch the ball.
What Thailand have been doing over the last few minutes is preventing Sri Lanka from getting hold of the ball and putting pressure on their defense. Something Sri Lanka need to try and restart, because they were doing that very well for like 5 minutes in a row, but now it's been all Thailand in the last few minutes. Sujan Pereira launches it downfield, and now once again Thailand doing well to win the ball back. Sri Lanka defense trying to get back into shape, but Thailand passing it back. The long range attempt blocked away by Asikur Rahman. Ball still with the War Elephants here. Thailand. Ball, long range effort. And deflected off Jason Carson on that occasion. And it would be yet another corner for Thailand, probably their 6th or 7th now.
Thailand would be very frustrated with that, because they had a very good opportunity to score, almost close to the goal. Had it not been deflected, could have been a goal. So Thailand now looking for another corner here. Thailand going short here. Thailand once more trying to play the 1-2, but Sri Lanka clears it off.
Maybe Akib could have tried to find a teammate and keep hold of position without just clearing it away, but in the end a good interception. But still now position right back with Thailand.
In terms of possessions, now Thailand slowly growing into this match of their ball retention and ball passing, just keeping hold of the possession. But Sri Lanka would be happy. Sri Lanka isn't a team that really craves for possession, but this is not going to really frustrate Sri Lanka in terms of Thailand keeping the ball, because Sri Lanka, as you know, Sri Lanka's tactics is a bit different.
Indeed, because if you take the two teams, the team that's going to be happier after the 28-minute mark is going to be Sri Lanka by far, because not only have they been solid defensively, they've also put the Thailand defenders under quite a bit of pressure on a few occasions, and they would be the happier of the two teams currently. But now Thailand once again breaking, but straight at Sujan Pereira.
Very hard angle to really score from that, and also not having enough power. The defender was already on his back, so to gain power, to garner such power from that range and also from that angle is a bit hard. So not really trouble there. Sujan Pereira once again. About 3 Sri Lankan players going on the front foot here. Sri Lanka Now looks very promising. Going forward, Shabir Razunia. Just the cross in. Dylan comes. Cannot get to the ball, but Akib now on the right side. Can Akib keep hold of the ball and misses the ball and also loses possession on a vital area there. Jesudasan sprinting back on to the right side here. You can see Shabir Razunia also sprinting back to his defensive position.
That was another chance for Sri Lanka. Mohammad Akib just couldn't keep it in play, but now Thailand, they get to the ball, but flag goes up against Titipan for offside. But another strong sign for Sri Lanka. As you see, that was marginally offside, but right call in the end by the linesman.
And also good defensive duty there from Sri Lanka, just holding their line and making sure the discipline is maintained. Even a single play coming out would have been disastrous on that instance.
As you see, the man who almost scored for Thailand earlier with the earlier chance, number 10, Tirasil Dangda. But we saw that was some good defensive work by Jamud Dilshan, putting him under pressure, not allowing him to get the shot off. As referee giving a few minutes for a water break, I think, with the heat, with this earlier kickoff compared to the last game.
And also we have just passed the half an hour mark. So both players, both teams now replenishing themselves.
What do you think, John? The final chance that came for Sri Lanka, Shabir Razunia put in an early cross in.
And also I think Dylan did everything he can to get to the ball because he's not gifted with so much of height. So it's a quite hard thing for Dylan to really get to the ball on that instance, but he did his best. And sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. But Sri Lanka, along their defensive duties going forward, is something very, very nice to see.
Absolutely, very positive signs for Sri Lanka. They need to keep putting the pressure and keep doing those taking those attacking chances. As you see, the two coaches just giving instructions to the players. As you see, Dylan De Silva, number 10, the QPR youth player. What a future he has ahead of him. Play resumes after the small water break. Resume with a goal kick.
Once again, I think Yesudasan being in the center there and heading those balls has been very good for Sri Lanka.
They can just try to capitalize on them and keep it so that they keep hold of position. That would do much better for them, but he is doing a good job so far. And now position back with Thailand. Kristen Do going back to his back line.
Thailand now just outside the box, outside the defensive line of Sri Lanka, trying to find a way to break the defense of Sri Lanka once. Here we go, nicely intercepted, but couldn't keep the ball in. Now Sri Lanka once more comes across and does the clearance.
It was a good job to intercept, but as you said, couldn't keep it, and Thailand tried to get a shot off, but in the end cleared away. But Thailand right back, putting the pressure on the Sri Lankan defense, trying to get a few short passes to try and break through that back line. It's not working yet. Now Tirasil. Thailand, a lot of players up front for the attack, and now a long ball in.
Can he strike? Thailand getting a good opportunity here, and they score. Thailand won. Sri Lanka nil, but Thailand, of course, on that instance, just passing amongst themselves and getting this nice through ball. You saw on the left side, there was a runner going and a nice lofted through ball. And also coming back straight into the striker. It was very good play from Thailand. Sri Lanka did everything they can to stop the goal. But eventually, Sri Lanka conceded. Thailand won. It's Titihan Pyangyan scoring the goal for Thailand. Sri Lanka nil.
Sri Lanka defense held on strong for so long, but what a pass that was. Brilliant sight to find the player, that because he got that pass off at the perfect moment. Sarach Yuyen, he saw number 8 Tiripan Tuangan making the run, and he got it on, and what a volley by Tiripan. And as you said, Thailand won, Sri Lanka nil. John Pereira could do absolutely nothing about it. He was caught flat-footed, and the Sri Lankan defense, for the first time in this game, made an error.
I think Chalana Jamir also on that instance didn't really mark his man. He saw his man going behind the player he had to mark going behind, but Chalana Jamir couldn't be get alongside him, deflect the ball. So that's something noticed.
But still early stages in this game, just past the half an hour mark, and Sri Lanka showed a few glimpses of attacking play, and they need to keep doing that. Maybe they can try and snatch back an equalizer. That would be a world of good confidence as Thailand once again, this time blocked out for another throw-in. 19 Tristan Doe.
I think Rahul, Thailand did have find the route now to attack. It's the lob through balls. They tried to lob about a couple of balls earlier, that didn't work out, but now they have known that this is the right thing to do, or this is the right path. So Thailand is now really trying to put that lobbed through
Absolutely, but
balls.
what is impressive to see is how they are getting their timing spot on. The timing of the pass, the timing of the runs, all are almost spot on so far. As now once again, this time attempt intercepted, but Thailand winning it back quickly. That is something Sri Lanka need to try and improve on, to keep hold of possession. That is how they will go forward and put the pressure on the Thai defense. But it's Thailand once again trying to score a second. This could be the second goal. John Pereira came off the line, made the save, and flag going up for offside, I believe. John Pereira was taken down in some comfort.
And also I think Sujan Pereira's save there was marvelous, regardless of offside or not. Let's see.
I think the flag had gone offside against that initial run. The referee saw it late. Patampon struck it into the back of the net. Or was about to strike it into the back of the net, but John Pereira made that save. But it was not needed because the flag had gone up, but good work by John Pereira. But that's once again the tactic you mentioned about them putting over the top balls or trying to put in the cross in. And you saw it there again.
And I think the flag did go up for the far right player, because once the shot was saved by Sujan, we saw another player going behind the keeper. So that's why the flag went up. Had he stayed in his place, could have been a goal. So Thailand's error here.
John Pereira has been taking knock after knock for his nation. The last game also we saw him taking.
Here we go. Number 19, you can see he makes the run. This was the earlier goal though. Beg your pardon.
That was the first goal they scored. What a pass that was. Picked up very well and then made absolutely no mistake with the volley. But that pass by number 6 Sarach Yuyen, that was a spot on pass. Well timed and well timed in the run as well, and then the volley making no mistake. Sri Lanka will resume play.
Sri Lanka would be happy with not conceding the second goal, but once again, as I mentioned, Thailand have found a way. So you counter that sort of lofted through balls, maybe to even go a bit deeper, so you don't leave space behind your defense line. So once you don't let space behind your defense line, then the players can't make the run. So Sri Lanka might try these tactics. Let's watch it. Let's wait and watch here.
It's now once again the through ball. This time just a little too powerful. Out for a goal kick. But it's clear what Thailand's tactics are, at least so far. Sri Lanka need to try and combat it. Sri Lanka did put pressure on the Thai defense for a while. need to try and resume that, especially being a goal down now. Sujan Pereira will once again look to find a teammate. Free kick going Sri Lanka's way. Approaching the final 5 minutes of regulation time of the first half. It will be a free kick for Sri Lanka. Just near the halfway line.
Another 5 odd minutes remaining, plus at a time in this game, in this first half I should say. Thailand leaping forward and clearing it on. Sri Lanka going forward now. Sri Lanka going for a back pass, but Thailand trying to attack here.
Sri Lanka need to do whatever they can to keep hold of position. They went all the way back. Sujan Pereira.
Once again Thailand getting hold of the ball. A lofted ball through the middle now. But ball does go to a Thai player. Late tackle coming in. Is it going to be any sort of card here? No, I think referee hasn't really got the cards out of his pocket.
Free kick to Thailand. Again, we saw an example of what I was saying at Sri Lanka. As we see a replay of that challenge. Think to go off his feet. Again, right call by the referee, I think, to keep his cards in his pockets. But Sri Lanka should have tried to keep hold of position. They opted to go all the way back to Sujan Pereira, Indian position right back with Thailand now. As we pass the 40-minute mark. Thailand once again putting the over the top ball. But again, unable to keep it within play. Tristan Doe out for yet another goal kick.
Sujan Pereira. Sri Lankan skipper launching the ball. Shabira Zunia. Zunia's ball trying to find Dylan here. Dylan does get to the ball here. Dylan keep hold of position here. Can he give a pass? He almost gives a pass here. Shabira Zunia now with the ball trying to get past the defensive line. But Thailand holding on there and holding their line. Making sure Sri Lanka get past them.
Once again, Sri Lanka failing to keep hold of position. And now Thailand once again looking to launch an attack of their own. Thailand playing the short pass game well, making sure that primarily they keep hold of position. Looking to break into the Sri Lankan box.
Thailand might fancy a long shot here. You can see sometimes there you go, the lofted pass once more. Half clearance here. Jesudasan on the ball now. Clearing it off but giving straight to Thai player now. Thailand inside the box here. Once more loft pass. But cleared off. Finally.
Sri Lanka defense living a little dangerously at the moment. And Thailand once again back in position, looking to put the pressure right back. Thailand doing well. Good challenge. But ball given right back to Thailand, and now inside the box. Long range effort. Sujan Pereira getting a hand to it. That was a curling effort that seemed to be going into the top corner. But Sujan Pereira doing very well to get a hand to it and making the save at the expense of a corner. And keeps the scoreline down to 1-0 for now at least. But Sri Lankan defense almost faltering there again.
The amount of times that Sujan Pereira had to step in for a errors that have been made in the front line has been a bit worrying at times, but there you go.
Samira making the tackle, referee said no foul, but Samira gave it right back to a Thailand player. Now possession with Thailand once again, Tristan Doe.
Fancy a shot here across from the left leg here, but it will only be a goal kick from Sujan. Almost close to the first half, or for the end of the first half here. See how many minutes we are going to get, considering we got some injury time, so about 3-4 minutes. I'm sure we can't really predict at this point because we had some shockers in the last match.
But I think both teams will be happy to go back into the dressing room, and the managers will have a lot to discuss with the teams. Sujan Pereira wanting his shoelace tied.
Yeah, you see, 4 minutes of added time, almost what we predicted. Enough time for Sri Lanka to get a goal. Would be great for Sri Lanka fans.
If John Pereira's shoelace can be tied within that time period, and there you go. But 4 minutes, but I think the Sri Lankan coach and the coaches will have a lot to say when they go back into the half-time team talk, because see, referee blowing the whistle, not for half-time. I think the fourth official just wants to have a word. And yellow card being shown to one of the coaches, and it seems to be Hassan Rumi. Not sure what exactly for. Might have been Morrison as well, but that is unclear. We may get further information on that. But Sujan Pereira taking the goal kick. Play resumes. Thailand quick to win it back, and they seem to be chasing a second goal before half time, but once again putting a pass by Titipan, just too strong. You can see players not happy about something. Sarah Chuyen, another goal kick for Sri Lanka. I think what Sri Lanka will need to focus on in the halftime team talk is how to prevent the Thailand's, what their tactic seems to be about putting the long balls, what they can do about that, because they've been cut open a few times with some of the true balls and the over the top passes. See Jason Dawson header straight back to a Thailand player.
And also, even though Thailand are the happier team of the two, but Sri Lanka would be happy as well, considering how they performed in the last match in terms of conceding goals in the first half. This has been a much improved performance, just a goal conceded. So Sri Lanka would be happy as well.
Absolutely, because still the first half, there's the whole second half to play. So 1-0 deficit still is a very open game. 45 minutes to go. As Thailand passing short.
One leads are always risky ones, Rahul, because when a team comes back late into the game, there you go, you just throw away the match, or you just settle for a draw. Sri Lanka would be eyeing that draw at least this match.
As they say in football, the match is not over until the referee blows the final whistle. But position still with Thailand. The final minute of the minimum 4 minutes of added time cleared away, but only temporarily. Ball right back with Thailand. I think what we may need is a little bit more attacking play from Sri Lanka in the second half. Being a goal down. As now Mohamed Akib, he has Dylan De Silva up in front, but very few others are reducing his pace. But the throw-in going Thailand's way.
We're almost there. almost done with the extra time here.
4 minutes up as play resumes. Looking at his watch.
Shabir Azunia now going forward.
Could we see a late equalizer in the first half? Dylan Silva.
Asikur.
He goes for Asikur. Asikur has support. He puts it across.
Srilangka.
Still within play. Mohammad Akib. They need to hurry up. This goes out. That will be it. Still, referee blows the whistle again, but still not for half time. Player down. Some discomfort. Play resumed all this while.
It's a Thailand player. This is why Shabir Azunia coming in. I think it's a knock. It's a genuine knock. Two players coming for the ball.
50-50 there. Both players making contact with the ball. He stayed down in some discomfort.
And I think he would be stretched off here. And once the play resumes, we might have the whistle. So let's wait here.
After the minimum 4 minutes, so it will be interesting to see if the referee decides to add on a few more minutes or if he blows for half time. But once again opting not to use the stretcher. I don't think any player really wants to be stretchered off unless they have to be.
The play resumes. It's a Thailand throw.
That will be all, and indeed that is half time. Thailand leading Sri Lanka 1-0 after long dramatic 45 minutes.
Early on, it was almost a stalemate, but then Thailand really